So where are we now, and what should you be looking for? Part of the financial markets are working again. REITs have been able to issue stock and the like. Companies have been able to issue less than investment-grade bonds. However, and this is very important, especially for some of your family businesses, is the credit system is not fully working again. For small businesses and for consumers, the system is still very uneven. Very uneven. As you know, a lot of small businesses are very dependent on credit cards for working capital, or corporate cards. Those lines have been cut back. Interest rates have been raised. A lot of small businesses, and this is what's weighing over commercial real estate, don't know if they can renew lines of credit when they become due, even though they'd otherwise be sound businesses. The securitization market for car loans, for credit card loans, for consumer loans, for those business loans, small business loans, not working. The only one buying mortgage-backed securities is the Federal Reserve. And so the system's not fully working, and that's why this has been a jobless recovery, as they call it. And it's been a very weak recovery considering how much the economy fell. You would expect it to come back, at least bounce back strongly, and then you wonder whether it's going to be sustained. So the credit system's not fully working, and that's something you have to keep a very eagle eye on in terms of access to credit. And I'm surprised the Federal Reserve hasn't grasped this yet. It all boils down to the weak dollar. Weak dollar means weak recovery. It was the biggest mistake of the Bush administration, weak dollar policy. It hadn't been done in this country since Jimmy Carter. Even Bill Clinton understood weak dollar is political poison, but the Bush administration did not, and so far the Obama administration has done not. Okay, so you got to be looking out for when will they stabilize the dollar? Eventually they're going to be forced to do it. The markets are going to force them to do it. Treasury, the average duration of the national debt is now down to 49 weeks, which means, and they've been doing that because they want to keep interest rates artificially low on the long end. So instead of using the relatively benign environment where people are going into treasuries to extend debt maturities, they've been shortening them. So as soon as you get interest rates moving up, as they will next year in other countries, which will eventually force us to do it, by golly, a huge expenditure for the federal government, put aside Social Security and health care and little things like that, going to be interest on the national debt. Now, in a moment, I'll tell you how we're going to dig ourselves out of it. But in terms of a family business, cash flow, watching that capital in any business, especially a relatively small one, is going to be more important than ever before.